So today we're going to look at my version of Alicia Keys' In Common. Black Coffee did a remix of this as well, and I just wanted to give it a bit of a spin as I really like the song, and the vocals are just such a amazing part of the track. So I wanted to just create a bit of mystery around, giving it that more of Afro-Tech dark club type of sound. So first things first, let's look at the vocals. I'm not gonna play too much of the vocals just because of copyright strikes and those type of things. So just so that you get an idea, what I did is there's so many of these AI platforms now that you can get vocals or separate stems from the actual track, and that's what I did. It actually gave a very good quality vocal, good enough for something like this. So then I did the extractions. So let's get into it. With the vocals, I didn't do too much. I basically kept it the way it is. What I did is I just added a bit of a washout effect, and then I also just cut a bit of the like the low ends, just to create a bit of, just to clean it up a bit. I know what I did is I also wanted to create a lot of like the mysterious type of sound. So vocals are very spaced out, very far in the mix, if I can say that. She's there, but she's also, like I say, just a bit more spaced out. Just because I wanted it to be more focused on as much as the vocals are there, but also very dark, very mysterious. I think that for me was something that was a big thing when starting it. So first things first, let's look at the bass and the kick. I always start with bass and kick. It's just something that I just keep the rhythm going. Rhythm is a big thing in Afro music, so I like keeping the bass. Bass and kick just always works. You see, it's like the bass pattern. Kinda, it doesn't follow the kick, but it has its own, its own rhythm thing going. But together, they kind of just like communicating. After that, what I went to was I always add shakers, just for rhythm. So shakers and perks. So I found these loops that I incorporated. Two shakers, because again, one is a bit more tambourine than the other. So on top of that, you add a hat, and basically it's just like game over rhythm. So that with the rhythm and the bass, everything just gets your head bumping. And then what we then did after that is I went to, before I go to the effects, I'm gonna go to started also with this rhythm. Bum, 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 bum. It's like it sounds like a mullet, but it's more muted. And the main pluck is also again it's a standard pattern, but it's also very like repetitive. See? Very cool. And then added a pad with kickstart just for the sidechain effect. And with the pads, what makes it quite cool is it just fills in so much of the space. So I think adding pads and mixing them in a sense where they're there, but it's not the focus, but they just fill it in. It really like makes a lot of difference in a track. So guys, try it. I added this another pad. It's like a pad synthy sound, a lot of reverb on it, and it basically just it has its own melody, but it's also like emphasizing the melody that's there already. So see, that's all the plugs and the pads together. So it's quite cool. And then on top of that, what we then did, or what I did was I added this a lead sound just to create tension as well. Oh, the filters now. Let me just go on the side. You see? It actually sounds like an alarm. I just wanted to create, again, more tension, more mystery. Like that was the whole feel for the track. So That with all the instruments that are in here. Oh, another plug. I didn't add this plug. Wait, let me, before you show you everything, let me just add this plug. So it's also take a bit of the low end away. Oh, that's why this. Bit of the low end. Okay, so this plug, it's just another rhythm plug that's in there. See. Okay, let me play it with everything that's in there. You see how they all like. You see how all of them like just like almost fill up certain frequencies and for certain like spaces within the track. And I think that is what I was like also aiming for. Not a lot of things, but because they are all doing things at specific times, they filling in the whole like sphere of what. Yeah, very cool. That with, let me play it with the top drums, and then also with the actual drums. Let's go here. All right, so let's continue. Then for the second part of the track, it's hard not playing with the vocals so that you just get the idea. But with this part of the track, I just for this part of the track, I just also added a bit more of the but more like, I'm gonna say, textures to it by introducing more pad sounds. I see in this one I added also another pad sound. Let me see what this one is. See, a bit of a darker patch. Yeah, a bit darker compared to this. Also, it's a bit lower in octave. So, so in these sections, also just wanting to like really emphasize her, but also just introducing a bit of these elements just to create that, you know, bit of tension before the track gets to the drop. So let's mute this vocal. Okay. Very cool. And then coming to this part, I added these little books just to create a bit of the tension at that point. And that with the vocal. Yeah, they're very cool. Sorry guys for muting the vocals. I just don't want to get a ban. Let's continue. So before going to the final drop, with what I did with the instrument or the instruments is the main plug. What it does, the filters on the actual sound. I open them up just to allow more of the frequency to come out. So once the frequency is starting to like open up and it just like it really throws out all of this, it just really creates like a proper riser and so much tension. So and that I did on both instruments, the pluck and on the leady sound, baddish sound. Then also leaving the on the synths, just leaving the filter open a bit more, just to really enhance or emphasize it's the big moment. I did add some more rhythm at like elements, like your claves, just because I wanted. Obviously, it's the last drop, it's the big drop, so just to really give that big feel. And then there's also a bit of an ambient loop that's in there throughout, that just really fills in a bit of these spots. So there you go, guys. That's how I put together my remix of In Common. If you like it, like this video, share it, comment, all these things that YouTube loves. And also, the link will be in the bio as well. So check it out. Also, if you want to download it, please, like, that should be a download link. So get it there. I would love to hear it and see the new sets. So see you guys.